Unfortunately, I'm living without teeth. I haven't been able to replace them.
Oh my goodness.
I wish I could replace them. But I just don't have the money. So this is where I stand.
Oh, this is horrible.
It's almost impossible to get things done without teeth. That's all I really had to say.
Yo, Michael T. Porter here. Welcome to Rooted in Music TV, where everything that we talk about, everything that we discuss is rooted in music. I got another bomb episode for y'all, but before I begin, y'all hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button, pass me around, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms, and y'all know how I feel about my chizzing. If you guys like to support the channel, Cash App, $Michael US. Also, check out my website, 250gemstones.com.co. Mariah Carey. Oh my God. Her sister, Allison Carey, they've been beefing for years, and it just looks like Allison Carey is not doing so well. No, that's kind of a lighter tone. She's fucked up, right? She is messed up in these streets bad. Allison Carey, the oldest sister, is homeless, and her sister's a multi-millionaire. I got a few videos for y'all. I want y'all to sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I'm going to be right back with you to give you my opinion about the feud between Allison Carey and Mariah Carey. Let's go.
Turned her back. Allison Carey told. Allison Carey descended into drug addiction, prostitution, and despair very early in life. But Mariah Carey became a singing sensation, and Allison Carey. Mariah and Allison Carey are sisters, but they live in very different worlds. Allison Carey descended into drug addiction, prostitution, and despair very early in life. But Mariah Carey became a singing sensation and married a multimillionaire. Well, now those two worlds are about to collide. Allison and her mother are battling over custody of Mariah's 7-year-old nephew. In an exclusive interview, Allison Carey told me why love for a little boy has torn the family apart.
I'm damning myself more and more, and I realize that, when I walk out of here today, if I ever did have a family, I don't have one anymore.
Ooh, her and Mariah look like twins right here. So in the first video, this is the same woman. She was beautiful. She looked just, I know that this is an old clip, it's kind of fuzzy, but she is so beautiful. Look just like Mariah, probably just a little bit heavier, just by a little bit. She was beautiful. This is what drugs do to our daughters. Man.
She weighs her words carefully, but doesn't hold back. The truth is, she was an outsider to her family long before this interview. She is 33-year-old Allison Carey, the older sister of pop superstar Mariah Carey. Where Mariah is concerned, Allison is torn between jealousy and love. Convinced Mariah has turned her back at a time when Allison needs her most.
I want to go on record as saying that I love my sister, and she's broken my heart.
Now I get to see her up close. She was beautiful. Her skin is clean and healthy. I cannot believe this is the same woman.
So many times. She's just really broken my heart.
The story first broke in Linda Stacy's column in the New York Daily News, a story of a family crisis that won't go away. It involves Allison, her 7-year-old son Michael, and Allison's mother, Patricia Carey, who picked up the boy in December for what Allison thought was a routine visit. It was not. It was instead the last time Allison would see her son for a very long time.
How did you lose your son? What happened? I gave him to my mother for the weekend. I had done that before. I'll never forget her driving off with Michael and waving and smiling. She knew what she was about to do.
Allison's mother reportedly took the child because her daughter is an unfit parent with a history of drug abuse.
See, that's an old school mama right there. Mariah Carey's and Allison Carey, the sisters, they mama, Patricia Carey. She said, no, you're my daughter. I brought you into this world. You my baby, but you an unfit mother. You're sorry. And I wish more mothers were like Mariah Carey's mothers and start getting these kids away from their sorry ass daughters. Sons too.
Lawyer Stephen Grossman represents Patricia Carey. He says the boy is much safer where he is now.
My client perceived dangerous conditions existed, and it was not in the best interest of her grandson to be where he was at the time.
Third-degree burns and tried to sell me out to a pimp.
You said jealousy comes with the territory when you're famous, but when it comes from your mother, it's very painful.
My mother is a very talented singer. She said, you should only hope that one day you become half the singer I am. I literally didn't feel like I was worthy of existing, and that's something that's a terrible thing to say, but it's true. I was always so scared as a little girl, and music was my escape. When she started a family, Mariah created the empowering environment she never had. With my kids, I really try to acknowledge their talent. I want them to know that it's also all about them and their happiness. It's very important that the kids always feel safe and that they feel seen and heard.
Anyone who has followed Mariah for years knows that the relationship between her and her sister has been very, very messy. In fact, Mariah has had a pretty complicated relationship with both of her siblings. For the most part, Mariah felt like her siblings treated her like an ATM now that she's the famous and successful one. And they feel entitled to her money just because they are related. And for that reason, Mariah decided to respectfully cut them off. And I mean that completely. But let's just say that her siblings, especially
Mariah gangster like that, cut her own family off. Get your nigga ass out my pocketbook.
Allison, took offense.
I would never let someone that I had ever loved be in a position where they could be sleeping in the street.
Damn.
You know, and I never tried to help them in any way.
Well, the time when we got the real details of the relationship was when Mariah published her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. In the book, Mariah recounts growing up neglected as the child of divorced parents, often ridiculed for her interracial heritage, and subject to witnessing the rage of her brother. But the juicy tea, Mariah published her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. In the book, Mariah recounts growing up neglected as the child of divorced parents, often ridiculed for her interracial heritage, and subject to witnessing the rage of her brother. But the juicy tea was when she focused on her relationship with her sister, and even called that chapter Dandelion Tea.
I don't know, how would you describe your sister? I would say troubled. I would say traumatized. And I try to be thoughtful about that. Although I don't know that the same courtesy has been extended to me.
In the book, Mariah describes Allison as a deeply wounded, but the most brilliant and broken person she has ever known. The chapter then goes on to explore her allegedly being exposed to drugs or older men because of her older sister, when Mariah was 12 and Allison was 20, along with some very disturbing physical encounters. At one point, Mariah said that her sister, who was pimping her, left her in the company of a boyfriend who started hitting on her when they were left alone together. In addition,
Wow, so Allison is her older sister. So Mariah Carey's older sister was pimping her out? What the hell?
she also described a seemingly playful moment that turned horrific when Allison threw boiling hot tea on her and her back was splattered with third-degree burns. Then she wrote about that instance, "She burned my back and my trust. Any faint hope I'd held up to that point of having a big sister became scorched earth. Allison has burned me in many ways, and more times than I can count. The promise of her life was squandered in a tragic series of cheap bargains rather than being redeemed through the difficult, lifelong work of recovery and rebuilding oneself."
Would y'all like my opinion? I know y'all want my opinion. That's why your ass is here. Allison and Mariah Carey, wow. Those are some disturbing details. Families, boy. Her older sister put her on the track, and then she tried to smear her name in them streets. Oh, that's why you homeless. You can't go around pimping your own relatives, leaving your little sister around grown men or older men. They said she was 12. So what, these boys were 16, 17, 20? Wow. Now, in one clip, Mariah said her mom was no good. Then the other clip, it seemed like the mom was doing a good thing by getting her grandchildren away from their mother, Allison Carey, the older sister. The mama said, hell no, my grandbaby's gonna be with this crack whore and have all these strange individuals around my grandbaby. The grandmother snatched them babies up real fast. Like I said earlier, I wish a lot more of these grandmas. I know grandmas physically probably don't have the strength to take care of them badass kids and themselves and go to work. I understand, but if you have the means to get your little grandbabies away from your sorry ass children, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. It's better that the grandparents whoop their children ass than the correctional officers at the penitentiary. How about that? A ass whooping from the grandparents is a far better ass whooping than the COs, right? This woman's been battling drugs for the longest. She's been out there, and I don't think now that I got the backstory, because when I first saw her, I was like, damn, Mariah cut, bro. She just cut her family off, and it just goes to show you that, you know, when you hurt somebody, they don't forget. People don't forget. That's why I'm real cautious about how I treat people. I am real cautious about how I treat people. Because people don't forget how you treat them. People don't get, so you sold your sister, and then she said all the gossip magazines, she was slandering Mariah Carey's name. I mean, just slandering it. And then you threw hot water. You try to burn her. Like, there's a spirit working through Mariah Carey's older sister, and that spirit has ruined her life. If y'all don't believe in spirituality, I ain't talking about ghosts and ancestors and all that spooky. I'm just talking about your spirit, meaning your will to do great in life, your will to treat others right, your will to get right with God, your will to tap into your holiness. We only get one of these things called life. One of these things. So it would behoove us to get it right before we check out. It will behoove us to get our lives together before we check out. Go get your paper straight, fellas. Get your paper straight. Get that money and get it quick. Get it quick. Get you a skill. Get you a skill. Get outside your box. Get uncomfortable. This is a time to be uncomfortable. This is the time to be uncomfortable. New horizons. Every time you try something new, you're going to suck. But you keep practicing, you get better at. Fellas, get right with God, get your money up. Ladies, tap into your femininity. Tap into your femininity. Especially you American queens. I'm sick of you American queens. Always trying to run the show. It's always about you. I've never seen such a group of narcissists and peoples. You understand what I'm saying? Their egos, the largest ego, let's say the largest ego wingspan is what? 7 foot. American queen, 20 feet. How about that? That big bird in the sky, that ego, that's an American queen. You can't tell them anything. American queens, be more submissive. Be more dainty. Appreciate a good man when he come in your life. People don't forget, because now you got a reputation of turning down good men. It's going to bite you in the ass. Because word on the street, oh, wait, he opened the doors for her? He bought her flowers? And what she say? Oh, he was a lame. Wait, she called a man that treated her with some respect a lame? So this is how you view good men. Shit, why would I waste my time? Shit, why would I spend my hard-earned money just for you to throw it down the drain? Just to go run back to a Pookie and Ray Way? Why? Why? All get it together. We all got to get it together. Mariah Carey did not forget what her sister did to her. And I think Mariah Carey even forgave her a few times. And even then, she fumbled the bag. She dropped the ball. Allison Carey dropped the ball, fumbling on the goal line. Interception. The ball going the other way. The ball's going the other way. She's out on the street because what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. And in the big picture, please, I wish, if you on it, please get off them drugs. Please stay away from drugs, y'all. Please. I don't see smoking crack has never been something that excited me. Heroin, we all know what it does to the body, and I think a lot of people just think, oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. It ain't gonna happen to me. It will happen to you. Have that mindset. Get off them drugs. It's time to start repairing some families. It's time to get ourselves together. A little forgiveness. There's a lot of work to be done. But y'all flood my comments. How do y'all feel about Allison Carey being homeless and her sister is a multi-millionaire, one of the greatest singers in world history? 250 Big G, Rooted in Music TV. I'm gone.